I've been designing and creating 3D printed LED panels for quite some time now, but the bigger challenge for me has been to design a hexagon shaped LED panel that has 6 sides. That's a lot of possible connections, but I think I cracked it. So yeah, this is how I did it. One of the main things for the LED panels to make them modular was to figure out how to connect them to each other, for which I decided to go for these 3-pin battery connectors, battery terminals, which is perfect for using the addressable LEDs, and since the whole project is powered by WLED, which is which is what I wanted, and these can pass through quite a high current. It's they're rated for 7 amps, so much better I think than the previous projects where I used the magnetic pogo pin connectors that were rated only for 2 amps I think. So yeah, this is much better solution. Bit harder to solder, but I think it's better, yeah. They are not perfect by any means, but since I wanted to make the project as cost effective as possible, they do the job, so they're pretty good for the intended purpose. And for the final boss, of course, I had to figure out how to wire the whole thing up. So here's how I did it. So here is the panel itself. I have added few markings in designing the panels to make the wiring more easy, like the directions, and some markings for polarity of the connectors, so it's easier to solder them without much thinking which side is the positive, which side is negative. You can just look at it, and yeah, makes the life so much easier and less hassle. So these are the battery terminals, connectors that I'm gonna be using to connect the LED panels to each other. They will still be able to make the LED panels modular and easy to connect, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna try these and see how it goes. And I think they work pretty well for the intended purpose. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. So I use the male connector for the incoming data port, and it just slides in like that. And for the outgoing terminals, I'm gonna accordingly use the female connectors. There you go. If you want to or need to, you can use all 5 of them connectors if you want to connect all 5 sides. But to save on the connectors, you don't have to use all of them. Depending on your plan layout, you can only use the sides that you're gonna use for your setup. So a little planning ahead would be nice. And the sides you're not gonna use, you can plug with this dummy plug that's just gonna block these unused ports. So you can use only 2 or 3 of them depending on the layout, and the ones you're not using, just plug close like that. These female connectors, I ordered the wrong ones, so I have to bend the pins by 90 degrees for them to slide in the right way. Which you can actually purchase the right ones right way with the pins pointing the right way. I just ordered wrong ones, so I have to bend them now, which is not great because they are quite fragile once bent, so I had to swallow that mistake. And yeah, but I'm gonna link the right ones, so that's kind of the setup. You can plug in as many outgoing connections. For LED strips, I'm gonna use the addressable 5V WS2812B LED strips. This one is 8mm wide one, so yeah, it's pretty thin and elastic, so it bends as well quite easily. That's why I like working with these. The LED strip I'm laying flat, facing front, like that, all around the panel, with 4 LEDs on each side, like so. That's the layout of LEDs. And for the soldering, of course, I'm gonna be using my favorite LED soldering wires. I have 10 centimeter, 15 centimeter, and 4 centimeter ones. I start by soldering some wires to the male connector. So I've added one wire on each side for the power, positive, negative, and 2 wires in the middle for the shared data. That one's gonna go to the LED strip, and the other one is gonna go to the one of the outgoing female connectors. And now, according to the markings, I can connect the power wires accordingly and one of the data lines to the start of the LED strip. And the other data wire is going to go to the middle pin of the closest outgoing connector. But before I connect this data wire to the next terminal, I'm gonna add another wire to this one so it can connect here and jump to the next connector, so they can share the data signal too, and I will do the same thing here again for the next one. And I will attach another one right here. Just twist the ends together and add a little bit of solder to bind them together. So this is gonna connect to the middle pin here, and this one's gonna connect to the middle pin here, and the last one's gonna connect to the pin here, because I'm using only 3 of the pins for this panel for outgoing connection. So we'll be able to connect only 3 more tiles to this one, and I'm finished. So that's how it looks when all the data wires are connected. Now we can hide away the wires themselves. And for this purpose I have designed these corner pieces to better hide away the wires like that. So it looks a little bit more clean on the inside. Now to connect the power for these outgoing pins, I'm just going to be using one of these closest soldering terminals, soldering pads on the LED strip to jump the power from here directly to the outgoing connectors. And again, there is markings for polarity, so it's easy to know where to connect ground and where to connect positive power. And to connect these, I'm using the shorter 4 cm pre-cut wires. And that's how I connect the power for the outgoing connection pins. Now to do the same for all 3 of them. And that is how it looks all wired up from the inside and outside. The very first panel of the bunch looks a bit different because I have added the magnetic pogo pin connector that is gonna connect the microcontroller to the first LED panel, and then the rest of the panels are gonna connect through these battery connectors. So yeah, I like these for wired connectors because they plug in and they are like MagSafe. You tag on them, not gonna do any damage. They hold on pretty well. These 5 amp connectors, the magnets are pretty strong. This is just hold into place with a little tab, so otherwise it just moves in and out. But yeah, I hold it in place with this little tab. And here is the little housing I did for the microcontroller and the microphone that's inside here. That's where the power plugs in, and that's where the cable that goes to the panels comes out and just connects like that. That's the housing for microcontroller and the digital microphone to make the sound reactive. Since all the panels share the same data signal, the length of LED strip I have set to 24, as that's how many LEDs are in one of the panels. And yeah, that's about it in the settings. So no matter how many LED panels you connect, it's always going to be the same amount of LEDs in the WLED settings. So that's my take on 3D printed modular LED panels. What do you think about this project? Leave a comment below. And if you want to print and make the project yourself, I will have the STL files linked under the video on my Ko-Fi account. So yeah, if you like the video, press like and subscribe for more 3D printed LED projects like this. See you next time.